Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. Hillary Clinton sparking outrage after she insulted millions of Trump supporters.
You could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right? Racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
This morning, the Democratic nominee now walking back those comments, saying, quote, "Last night I was grossly generalistic, and that's never a good idea. I regret saying half. That was wrong." But will her spiteful words cause condemnation for voters on both sides? Let's ask our political panel. We have Leader-Chivee, author of Crossing the Thinnest Line and CEO of All In Together. We have Kathy Lynn Taylor in the middle, and Republican strategist Scott Rasmussen, political analyst and president of Rasmussen Media Group. Hey, guys, thanks for being with us.
Great to be here.
Well, good. Kathy, let me start with you. Was that an apology? She said, basically, I regret saying that half of his supporters were racist and homophobic and the whole list.
It was a Hillary Clinton apology, which means it was not an apology. Look, I've always said that Hillary Clinton's actions speak louder than her words. Actions like leaving our best public servants high and dry in Benghazi. Actions like flagrantly disregarding rules and protocols to set up her email server. But now, at least she's consistent. Her words now match the actions. That Hillary's slogan is me, myself, and my.
Yeah, Lauren, she describes Trump's supporters as racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it, she says. Mike Pence over the weekend said, our supporters are not a basket of anything. He says we are farmers, coal miners, hardworking Americans, veterans, teachers. Is it completely offensive to the folks that are voting for Donald Trump?
Well, I think there's a very serious question about what it takes to support somebody who, from the very beginning of their campaign, has used every possible opportunity to spew endless streams of offensive statements about virtually every minority group, someone who has hired on their campaign, someone who supported a white supremacist group, the alt-right group. He has insulted the families of fallen soldiers. He has insulted the disabled. And so the question is, what values do you have to suspend in order to support somebody who has consistently over and over and over again doubled down, and by the way, also chosen a running mate who pushed one of the most anti-gay pieces of legislation in the country today? So if you actually support minority rights, rights for gays and lesbians, if you believe that women are fully equal, it's pretty hard for a lot of Americans to understand how do you support Donald Trump.
I understand that point. A lot of people are voting for Hillary because they do feel the way that she does. But Scott, Donald Trump tweeted yesterday, he said, while Hillary said horrible things about my supporters, and while many of her supporters will never vote for me, I still respect them. So are
Unless
they
they're
switching
Latino or gay
places?
or
That's not true.
Well, look,
You can't generalize
I think the real issue here is not about Donald Trump's supporters. It's how Hillary Clinton's inner circle views them. They have a real blind spot. They're looking at this election and they see a woman who they believe is the most qualified candidate ever, and they can't imagine any reason to vote against her unless you're in that deplorable basket of things. And this blind spot is a bigger danger than anything she said.
Could this be the unforced error? Could this be the reason she loses if she does?
No, this will not be the unforced error. This will not shake things up. It will be an undercurrent in the campaign. We may hear about it in the debates. But the question of who is saying what about the other supporters is going to be brought up in lots of forums.
Let's remember, Scott, thank you so much for joining us today. It's 9/11. We definitely want to remember those folks, so we're going to save a lot of time
Everything else
for
seems
them.
petty.
Absolutely.
That's right.
All right,